I had no idea this would be true.
Really? I mean, everyone like warned us, but no, we thought this is going to be great.
We thought they were kidding. We thought they were like running out of water, right?
Yeah, oh, please, come on, and gas.
And we ran out of water.
Yeah, that was the problem. Then we ran out of gas.
Right.
That was, and then the food.
And then the food went, and then people started going crazy.
Yeah.
It started off like a Jimmy Buffett concert.
I know.
Everyone
dancing and singing.
It was happy and stuff, and then that whole Mad Max.
Yeah, it wasn't anywhere as much fun, even as Mad Max.
Seriously. So we're hunkered down in the basement trying to, keep ourselves safe. And
because who knew that old people could be so stabby?
Right? They really are, but it's okay because we're kind of prepared. We have our supplies, which is sesame chili oil right there, and of course.
Really?
Yeah. The nutmeg.
I put you in charge of the food, and we have
got
chili oil and nutmeg.
Hey! I wasn't the one who let the old people take our food, okay?
Look, I was busy. I was getting lottery tickets, all right? They've got a drawing tomorrow.
The end of the world is... Really?
Yeah, right? I know.
All right, so all we have to do is to hang out here. The eclipse is in what, like 5 hours?
Yeah.
5 hours from now. And then we'll be
and then everything will go back to normal, I'm sure of it.
We'll get back to Salt Lake and everything will be great.
Oh, but first is you understand, we have to do
what?
The whole Druid love ceremony. The fertility rites. Yeah, you can't go back to Salt Lake without doing the love ceremony. The Druids are very specific on this, and the scribes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We can do that. Druids.
You don't seem anywhere as frightened anymore.
No, I bring on those old people. I will take their canes away from them. I will take their food. All right. Oh, shh, someone's coming. Shh, someone's coming.
I don't care if it's the Eclipa-lypse or not.
We're
We're still going to the morning mountain camp, darn you.
That's
It's
right.
Black Diamond Experts, electric, plumbing, heating, and air. Good morning. Yes, it is the day of the big solar eclipse. And no, by the way, not the way KSL said, the Great American Eclipse, because you can still see it in Europe, South America, and Africa. So
I just think
really, they get to have some too.
They have a news central for the Great American Eclipse. How silly.
Well, yeah, but other countries get to have it too. So it
Not
seems
this
kind
time.
of,
No, I'm sorry.
it's all ours.
No communist countries, North Korea.
Okay. No,
No,
you don't get
they
any.
don't get it.
We're sorry.
I can't see anything with these
I
glasses
can't
on.
either. Can we
All
take them off?
No, science look first.
Okay.
Huge day. I can't see.
Okay, first of all, we have the false eclipse facts today. They're going to be epic.
Don't mess with a drag queen.
And people who are going to hell.
All right, and more eclipse stuff. I got to tell you, today it's like crazy. We're going to talk about the eclipse here for a second. It's our daughter's first day of school,
You
first
know how
grade.
big that is.
So we
Big
are
deal.
planning. We might have to leave before the show is
A
over.
little early, yeah.
So we
I got
have
to
to
walk her to class. I got it. I promised.
What time? We have to be out of here at what time?
15 to.
15 to. Okay.
15 to 8.
So
We're
suddenly
moving today.
we just run out of the room. You know where we went.
Nobody's going to face the anguish of a 6-year-old.
They
I'm
s-
sorry. It's as important as the eclipse.
They say northbound and I-15 is already starting to pick up north of Salt
Isn't
Lake.
that weird?
North
I
of
just
Ogden.
haven't-
Traffic.
Well, my sister Jenny just put up on Facebook that they went up at the last minute. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are. Okay, so here in Utah, if you're here in Salt Lake City, we're going to start seeing the eclipse begin at 10:18.
So that's the beginning.
Yeah,
of it.
totality, which is we're 91% people. Okay, we won't get the
I
corona.
thought we were 80.
But no, 91. But we will get that. At the totality for us will begin at 11:38.
It's
And
at
then-
11:38.
Yeah, and then totality ends at 11:39.
Okay,
And then
all right.
the eclipse for us will end at about just a little after 1.
Okay, so
1:02.
that's a lot of information. Just tell me when is it total thing? At 11?
The totality begins at 11:48.
And that's the information on your Great American Eclipse.
Everybody gets to have the eclipse. It's not just ours, okay? I really love this. So I was on Twitter today, and they have fake eclipse facts, which totally cracks me up. My personal favorite, and the one every millennial is going to believe, is like the eclipse happens when like the moon totally photobombs the sun. They're like, yeah, right, I know. But no, there's some good ones like, for instance, where's my first one? It went away. But anyway, okay, here we go. The first one is eclipses never occur on a Sunday. Fake eclipse fact number 2. If you play like the dark side of the moon,
Right.
during the eclipse, it like totally syncs up. Totally.
That's hilarious.
The moment the
That's
eclipse
hilarious.
happens, the vault beneath Nakatomi Plaza will open.
The what?
I know. You can get superpowers when the eclipse happens, you know. It's the time that our overlords reboot the Matrix.
Very funny.
That one, I believe. This is, of course, when the moon blocks out the sun, 12% of the population will develop narcolepsy. Yeah, totally.
What if you're driving?
Well, you know.
What if you're already sleeping?
Wait, you realize these are fake, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's right.
They're Twitter faked.
forgot.
Eclipse facts.
I forgot.
As a matter of fact, they had to pin the NASA comment at the top said, "These are fake facts. If
Right.
you'd like the real ones, you can go to our website."
Right. Got it. All right.
Although you know the millennials still believe the
I have the
photobomb one.
history of these. The Greeks, they called it, they called it a Greek word, and it means an abandonment.
Abandonment?
About the sun going
like
away.
the sun is abandoning
Yeah,
us?
and in different cultures, it means two different things. It can be really good or really bad.
Yeah, this is true.
Like in Asia and stuff, they thought the demon was swallowing the sun. Chinese said the dragon was swallowing it. People born on this day would be smarter, or people born on this day would have health problems.
That's kind of grim.
Pretty much covers the whole realm.
Well, no, because there was a lot of legend, like at the psychic fair over the weekend. Everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, like all your great leaders have been born during eclipses."
It's not
Like
true.
Nostradamus.
It's not true. How do they
You
know?
don't know that, maybe.
They have a picture of him at Chunky Cheese at his birthday party?
It could
No.
happen.
No.
You don't know that. Don't be judgmental.
They say some of it you can't prepare food during the eclipse. First of all, people,
Why?
it's like 7 minutes.
Really? You're going to go hungry in that amount of
It'll
time?
poison the food. Once again, this is fake. So
Okay.
don't cook your Hot Pocket during
Well, they're
your
not.
eclipse.
They're not necessarily fake. These are just legends and beliefs.
Here's the sad
Yours
thing.
are different.
Here's the sad thing. Most students, the people who have started school, most students would be kept inside.
I hate that, Mike. Both of our kids' schools are letting them go out. They all purchased the glasses.
Now we're gonna have another eclipse in 7 years, but the fact that this is like a big one and it's going over the United States from coast to coast, which is a big deal. It's the last one I'll see. But to keep them inside is like it's like keeping them. It's like
I
driving to
know.
Disneyland and leaving them in the car.
Yeah, you can just look through the window. You'll be fine. There's
it's
the monorail right
terrific.
there.
Can you imagine the pioneers that settled this great state of ours, and they're down in the valley, and let's say they're down by the Jordanelle River, and all of a sudden they're cutting hay, and all of a sudden one guy goes, "Hey, Bubba,
It's kind of dark.
you see what's going on here? Is this just me?"
Yeah, except for they all went blind afterwards. That
Oh,
seems
that's
depressing.
right. They're all like,
It's not like any of them would know, so that's
They-
kind of a problem.
they didn't have these.
Okay, this is kind of sad. I didn't realize that, but this guy's a legend, and he was 91 years old.
Jerry Lewis passed away. Comedian, actor, has had health problems for quite a while.
Well, he's 91. That's probably not hugely surprising.
No,
Now,
I
I
had-
really only knew him from
Right.
Jerry's Kids, the MS Telethon,
Right.
but he was like Hollywood gold for a long time. He and Dean Martin, they were a big team.
They were a huge team, and when they broke up, it's like people just like they were heartbroken. But he has been doing the Muscular Dystrophy Association deal since 62, I think it is, and he's received awards for doing this.
I can't even imagine how much money he raised for the charity. That's what's so
Right.
cool. And so incredibly sincere. Oh, look at her face.
Yeah, he's just been doing it for so long.
$2.6 billion for muscular dystrophy.
$6 billion he raised.
$2.6 billion dollars for muscular dystrophy. That's just incredible.
And it was crazy. I mean, he wrote. He was I'd like to have his hand in the whole process, but yeah.
Oh,
I remember I had to tell Erin because she's my child bride about him and Dean Martin. But they were like the big club touring Vegas-y kind of thing.
I knew they were huge Vegas guys, right?
And I do say that I think I was affected by his sense of comedy. That kind of,
That goober-esque sense that
Hey.
you occasionally come
Hello,
out
Mr.
with.
Leibenstein.
Oh, that's such a shame, though. That
I know.
really is sad.
But he was surrounded by his family, so that's better.
$2.6 billion. I know that's so much better than some of the stories you've heard of
And this is back-
of the Hollywood legends.
And
Yeah.
this is not social media.
Yeah.
This is television.
This is all before that. It was all live TV. I do remember that, though, how kind he was to so many of the moms and the dads who were crying and they were emotional talking about the experience.
Right.
And I think you saw one of those shots where he's behind this woman and he's just kind of hugging her while she goes through it. And that's not something, that kind of compassion is not something you traditionally saw with A-listers in Hollywood back then. They didn't do big charity stuff back then. It wasn't the thing.
And he stayed up the whole time and did it. The whole time. And he'd just go back and change
He's
the
all
clothes
sweaty and
get
his
him
ties
back out
loose.
there. And yeah, it was pretty
Amazing
incredible.
guy. And some wonderful old movies, too. It's worth watching one of the old movies and showing it to your kids tonight just to remember him, I think.
Is this a local story we're about to talk about?
Oh, remember 128 Hours? The movie, James Franco played the hiker who slipped through in the Slot Canyon down near Moab, and he literally had to cut off his own limb to get out. Remember that?
Yeah, how do you forget a movie like
Oh,
that?
good Lord. There was a woman down in Emery County. She was wedged in a Slot Canyon for more than 12 hours.
Now, if this is my understanding, right?
Yeah, right
This
there.
is
That's her. Look at that.
So she fell in a crevasse.
So her husband was trying to
But
get her
wait.
out for like 2 hours.
She fell down, with tighten, and then
That's it. Can you imagine how terrifying that is? It's a zero-gravity canyon, San Rafael Desert, for 2 hours, and then they called the authorities and said, dude, you got to get there. They said that the first rescuer on scene was able to make verbal contact. She was extremely distraught. Yeah, she's distraught because she's in incredible pain and she can't breathe because she's wedged.
Wow.
So she was wearing a harness, so they rigged a system, and they were trying to pull her out, but she was wedged
Ouch.
so tightly that it was
Ouch.
even worse. And then they hooked her from above and then tried to push her from below. That didn't work. And so eventually what they managed to do, they rocked the part of the rock that was holding her in kind of a seesaw motion, and they poured a gallon
no, that wouldn't be a good idea.
No, they poured a gallon of dishwashing liquid down her. Soap, slippery,
Lubed her up.
pulled her up.
Really?
Do the popping noise.
Oh.
I can't do it.
You're
Just
free.
Like that. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh.
So she's safe, and it was incredible. One of the search and rescue guys was dangling from a rope, and he was down there with her for 7 hours,
And there she is. She's
which I'm
okay.
guessing is not comfortable. But she's okay.
Oh my gosh.
She's all right, and this is pretty funny. Lindsay Hargrave of West Jordan, by the way, has got the pictures on her Facebook of her saying, "I'm famous. Don't eat fajitas before attempting a slot canyon, or you get wedged and end up in ICU covered in dish soap." So we're glad you're okay, Linz, but that was pretty scary.
All right, coming up, we got to tell you something good and something else about the eclipse you didn't know. But first, it's information time.
All right, Daisy's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It's brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. You can take a 4-minute mortgage challenge. It's so simple. You find out your options, and you get a phone call the next business day. Executive transportation. You go to executiveutah.com to book your ride anywhere. Believe me, March has been everywhere. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Available 24 hours at allutahplumbing.com. Good morning, Daisy. It's a busy Monday.
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines Monday, August 21st on GephartDaily.com. Police from across the Salt Lake Valley converged on Magna late Saturday night in the wake of a deadly drive-by shooting. Unified Police Detective Ken Hansen told Gephardt Daily a 17-year-old male was killed and another 17-year-old male wounded when shots were fired from a passing vehicle into a group of people at AD 73 West, 3380 South. One of the teens was pronounced dead at the scene. The other was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police believe that at least 2 guns were used in the shooting. Those who pulled the triggers managed to get away. Investigators say the shooting was gang-related. West Valley City Police have released the names of a man and woman who died in an apparent murder-suicide shooting Sunday morning. Officers were called to a home at 3171 South Ivy Park Drive at about 4:45 a.m. When they arrived, they found 49-year-old Murthita Skender and 51-year-old Samir Skender dead from apparent gunshot wounds. The bodies were originally discovered by a family member who then called police. Officials say their investigation is continuing. And folks across Utah and indeed the country are all gazing skyward today as the first full solar eclipse in 99 years makes its way across the U.S. Residents of Salt Lake City will see 91% of the eclipse, with the peak occurring at 11:33 a.m. And if you can't make it outside for this once-in-a-lifetime event, watch it on GephartDaily.com. And now time for a look at the Wasatch Front forecast, where we'll see temps in the mid to low 90s for the next 3 days under mostly sunny skies. There's a chance of showers in the afternoons, and lows will remain in the mid to upper 60s. That's it for now. For more local headlines 24/7, go to gephartdaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Did you notice on the forecast, today's the sunny day, the next rest of the week is cloudy?
We totally lucked out, especially because they're saying that most parts of
Eclipse.
eastern Idaho are cloudy, which is like, oh, geez.
Eclipse.
Can you
It's my new
imagine
sign for the eclipse.
driving up there for all of that and waiting, and then it's cloudy? All right, Fink and McGregor. Now, this is very funny. It's Mortgages Made Simple, and I was talking to Jeff Stout, who owns Fink and McGregor, and named neither Fink or McGregor, but he was telling me that they have mortgages that start with a credit score as low as 600. So maybe you did have some challenges, and you're back on your feet, and you want to buy a house. It's literally amazing to me that you can pay as much as rent as you can for a house payment. So you could either essentially be throwing your money down the street for rental because it's renting, or you could be investing in a house and it's like a future for you and the family. So it's a really easy thing to do. If you want to start this like in your underwear, no, not in his office, that would be wrong. You can go online to fink-mcgregor.com. They have a 4-minute mortgage quiz. You just go through it, answer a few questions. I've totally done it, so has Todd. We even timed it. Mine was like 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And then it comes up with some options for you. And if you like, within a business day, somebody calls you back from Fink and McGregor and says, hey, would you like to come in? These are some of the things we found. And it's not like the banks. It takes maybe a month at the most. You don't have tons of closing fees and all the other things that make you feel vaguely violated. And you have a house.
There you go.
And an affordable mortgage. It's wonderful. Think-McGregor.com.
All right, tell me some. Oh, by the way, if it seems like we're rushing a little bit today, it's
Yeah, we
because
are.
our daughter is going to school, first grade, for the very first time.
We
And
gotta move.
We gotta be
move.
done at a certain point of time, so you hit the traffic, get there, and walk her to school because it's the first day.
You know how this is? We packed her backpack last night with all her snacks because she's worried she wouldn't last till lunch. And then we had to pick out her outfit and like discuss hairstyles. It's a big deal.
She's
It's-
growing up.
No, you remember how this is. It's a big deal. And
It
I
is a
just
big
I
deal.
cannot miss this. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I owe her this. But this is one of my favorite Tell Me Something Goods I think I've done all year. Do you want to hear it?
Yep.
Okay, number one, because it's local, and I friended Rickee last night and said, could I use some of your pictures from Facebook because this is so cool? She goes, oh, anything you want, I don't care. Because here's the deal. She's getting married next month, and she's a teacher.
She's what? She's getting married?
Well, she's a school teacher at Copper Hills High School. Now, she used to teach at East High School.
Okay.
So I love her already. But she has a different kind of registry. She registered for tennis shoes and like Converse, backpack, winter coats. This is the stuff she wanted for her wedding registry.
Oh,
for the
no,
homeless
she's
kids at her
selfless?
school.
Oh, no.
No, she was shocked to learn there was more than 100 homeless students at Copper Hills High.
Right.
The school set up a food pantry the way they did at East High School.
Right.
And she said one of her students walked up to her very quietly and said, my mom was wondering if you could tell us how we could get some of that food.
Oh.
Because they're homeless, they sleep in their car.
Oh, geez.
So she said she sent out wedding invitations with an insert said that we would really prefer in lieu of like china,
Right.
you know, the we're never really going to use, or
Right.
silverware stuff. She said, I was hoping that you could go to the site and maybe do some donations to buy some school supplies.
Oh, nice.
She says the donations came in so quickly that her funding goal was met before she even managed to mail out all of her invites. And she
Look,
started
look
getting
at this.
she started getting fulfillment from like places like New York City, California, people who aren't even on the guest list who heard about it from friends who went, oh my God, I totally want to do that with you. That's so great. And she said this was so inspiring that she's worked this into her business and finance class curriculum. And so she's going to teach students how to create these kind of projects for themselves.
Yeah.
And so that they could do it as well. And so every day when the delivery drivers drop off boxes of donations, she says, I'm so glad they don't have plates in there or
Right.
Are you know, like stuff from Bed Bath and Beyond. She goes,
Monogram towels.
she says this is like the best thing ever. Now, if you would like to donate to Rickee's wedding fund, you can go to donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org, and you can donate there.
Good stuff.
So I thought it'd be fun if you and I went on today and we picked out a little wedding something
I
for Rickee.
think we shall.
I just love that.
All right.
Okay, let's get moving. We're gonna have to talk a little
Hurry,
faster
fast,
here.
fast,
okay,
fast.
the big thank you, Christopher's.
Okay.
Christopher's. We're
Eat steak. Listen and watch the Todd and Erin morning stream. Enjoy. And then we say thank you, and we send you for steak.
All right. Yeah. It's basically dinner for four at
That's
Christopher's
it.
Prime Steakhouse.
Right.
You get limousine service from Executive Transportation. It's glorious. To enter, just comment right now. You're
Quick.
listening right now.
Go.
So we'll see the timestamp on Facebook. We'll know you're doing it. You can do that on the Todd and Erin Facebook page, the Gephardt Daily Facebook page, or the Gephardt Approved. Okay, we're good.
Okay, coming up next.
Coming up next.
We're gonna keep you from frying your children's eyes.
DIY, baby.
It's
You're going to
next.
love it. Heating and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. Fink and McGregor, mortgages made simple. Make sure you go to fink-mcgregor.com and try out their 4-minute mortgage program. It's incredibly easy to find out whether you qualify.
The Todd and Erin morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
Hi everybody, I was looking at Facebook and you know what? A lot of people don't have the glasses to watch the solar eclipse with. What will you do? Will you hear a sizzling in your kid's eyes? Perhaps. Why not make something out of, let's see, white paper, tape, aluminum foil, and a box. Let's go. The next step is to cut a hole at the end of the box. This is where the tin foil will go. We'll show you that in a second. And the most important, the viewing portal. It's kind of a fancy word for a hole in a box. You cut this, and that way you're going to look at the projection of the pinhole camera onto a screen, white piece of paper taped to the back of the box. Let's move on. All right, so the end of the box gets covered with a piece of, if I say tin foil, all the idiots out there will go, there hasn't made tin foil in like 40 years. Okay, aluminum foil, so shut up. All right, so basically this goes over the opening like this. Make it nice and flat like that. And all you have to do now is you take a pin of any sort, and all you're doing is you're making a pinhole. That's it. One pinhole. There you go. All right, I know I've been going a little quick. That's because I realize how important this is. People who don't have glasses, what are you going to do? Lock your kids in the basement? It's once in a lifetime. So this is what you do. This is called old school. Now, remember, we had the box. We put the white piece of paper as the screen. We took the tin foil over the hole, made a pinhole in it, and then we cut the viewing part. Now, what you do is you want to look at the sun. Do you? No. Never look at the sun. I know it's in that general direction. So I will point this up this way, and I will look through the viewing port as we speak. Guess what I can see? I can see the sun. I can see the sun on the viewing screen, and this will be perfect for your kids. Every kid can have one. So if you don't have the glasses, that is really cool. If you don't have the glasses, you can do this. And just for liability's sake, go to NASA. They have a website that does this again in slow motion. So you need a box, you need aluminum foil, you need a pin, you need tape. That's in a white piece of paper. That's all you need. Have a great eclipse. Bye.
How cool. It's the first time I ever made one of those.
I'm very proud of you. And
It's
it
really
actually
easy.
worked. That was kind of the cool part.
And you only have, the eclipse is today at 11:30. It peaks at 11:30, so go get yourself a box.
It peaks at 11:38, yeah, so get moving. You don't have a lot of time. You have some time, not a lot. Okay, explain this to me.
Silly lawsuits. Silly lawsuits.
Is this a betrayal of like the first order? I mean, am I going to start crying and wailing from this one?
Pretty much.
Okay, hit me.
Poland Springs water. I think we've all seen the bottled water from Poland Springs.
Poland Springs.
Yeah, it's
water,
a natural
it's
spring water.
100%, baby.
Okay, well that's
100%.
what they're suing them for.
Who's
It's a
suing them?
class action. They
Are
say,
you serious?
They said there's not enough spring water in the water, I guess, and they're saying it. They said that it claims that the company has been forced to build or maintain phony man-made springs, and that's what they have, and it's not 100%, pure. So they're suing a water company, which you're drinking out of a plastic jug, by the way, which is not healthy. So anyway, the FDA has guidelines in the state. You can't pump water. You can't have pumped water. It's got to come up on its own, and then they take the particles out, and then they give it to your face, and you drink it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're doing this now, and they're saying that this is not real spring water.
Oh, the betrayal. I'm so sorry.
I got bad news for you. There are no Keebler elves either.
That's horrible. Okay, before we move on, I've got to ask this. On Facebook, Stephanie Allison says, our hole in our foil is bigger. Is that okay, or will you not get the effect?
Won't get the effect. Really easy. Go ahead, tape it over. Cover it over with black tape or something. Make one hole right next to it. And just a toink.
That's all you need.
Pinhole, tink. Like that.
Okay, this is going to be very, very exciting.
All right.
People who here's a dilemma for me, and I'm not sure what I think about it. Now, this is not kids who are on the subsidized school and breakfast programs.
Which they run.
For breakfast and lunch at school, which is
Right.
really important because food insecurity is 1 out of 5 kids here in Utah. 1 out of 5, just to remind
He's
you.
hungry.
But this is a real dilemma. Carbon County is one of the worst school districts in the state, and they have got a debt of $47,000. These are parents who just won't pay for their kids' school lunch, and they will still keep doing it.
What do you mean they just won't pay?
They don't pay. Now, once again,
Because they could or no?
because they could. This isn't the ones that are on the subsidized
Okay,
program.
okay,
These are the
okay.
parents who could
Right.
pay, they're just not. And they're $47,000 in the red.
So do they have to feed the kids even though the parents don't pay when they can?
Well, it's a humanitarian thing. Of course, you're going to still feed the kid. You're not going
Right.
to single them out or whatever. So for
Right.
years, elementary students were still assured a hot meal no matter what, whether the parents paid or not. But this year, because they're so broke, they're basically going to. And I'm sorry, I don't think this is like the most terrible thing ever. They said we're doing a sack lunch instead. So it's got a cheese sandwich, fruit and vegetables, and milk. One of the heads of the lunch program said pretty much every kid likes cheese, so we figured that unless they absolutely do not want to eat it, no one's going hungry.
Yeah.
But some of the parents are decrying this, saying that this is so wrong because the kids have been deprived of a hot lunch. And I'm like, well, you're still getting a nutritious meal. Does it really matter?
Well, the program was meant for kids whose families were in a situation where they didn't have enough food. And
Yes.
so to hop on that bandwagon and take away the funding that's supposed to go to the families that are truly in need is a really dirty, rotten, doggy kind of thing to do.
So, I mean, I love the fact that they're saying no matter what, no kid's going away hungry. We're
Right.
going to make sure every kid gets a lunch no matter what. And this is a district that's really struggling.
Matter of fact,
But the fact that people are offended by that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they're $47,000 in the red because you can pay, but you won't. I mean, that to me just seems, I don't know.
Wrong.
To blame the school district for something like that. If they were saying, screw you, kid, you're not going to get anything to eat.
Which, remember the story that happened last year?
Where they took that away, yeah.
Which was horrible.
And as I recall, that woman who was head of that lunch program quit. She's like, I can't do this.
Right.
If
She was
you're gonna,
good.
if you're going to say no to me, I'm not going to. I can't.
She was feeding the kids anyway.
That's very different. Okay, and so we go from good and noble to people who are going to hell. The owner of a company that was designed to help juveniles in the justice system has been charged with falsely billing the state. Michael James Blomquist was charged Thursday in 5th District Court with 3 counts of felony. He's the owner of Excel Youth Services. Now get this, they're supposed to do proctor care services like mental health counseling and job training for juveniles
Right.
who are with the Department of, who are having trouble. They've been through the court system, they're not doing well.
Right.
And so he contracts through the Department of Human Services, Juvenile Justice Services, the DCFS, and he's supposed to help these kids. So he's been falsely billing them for tons of thousands of dollars. And every procedure he does, they say costs, every program is for each kid is $5,000.
Right.
And he's been falsely billing them for non-existent children. You've been falsely billing the state
Wow.
for at-risk children.
You're
Can you go to hell any faster than you're going to?
It's not an escalator, it's a slide.
Yeah, pretty much for you.
Yeah.
That is a person who is
Going
to hell.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to respond to Kathy on Facebook, who says that the aura that I am now presenting on screen is a little distracting.
Oh, Stephanie Allison says, thanks, I'll redo my 6 boxes. She said they were all small whole sites punch.
Oh.
She's going to erase and
okay.
redo all of her Eclipse viewing boxes.
Oh, look at the screen. So if I do this, I have my halo. Oh!
Boy, that is a really falsely placed halo.
Yeah, it's an aura of. I will
an
make the
aura
sun
of
go
awesome.
away. I will make the sun go away if you don't respect the. Okay, school.
Yeah.
We got school. We
All
gotta
right,
keep moving.
yeah, we got to hurry. We got to move on. Okay, coming up next, this is adorable drag queen heroes. Tell you about it next.
It's next.
Move it, move it, move it, move it.
Fast.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right,
okay,
so
move it, move it, move
okay,
it.
so
First-
so there's a guy in Sydney. Okay,
Explain.
He got coward punched, in the United
Sucker
States.
punched?
Sucker punch, which
Yeah.
means you go up, you tap someone on the shoulder, they turn, and you punch them. Why?
That's not sleazy at all.
So it happened to Sydney, and basically hit him and dislocated his jaw. He's 34-year-old, falls to the ground. And these guys start to pummel him. And all he can think of is, I wish I had a hero. He's a religious guy, and he started praying because he thought he was going to die. And then once again, if only I could have a hero. And then 3 showed up. Now, I want you to think about the guys who are beating this guy up. And all of a sudden, they turn around, and what they see is 3 drag queens. And they are pissed.
Now, here's something
They were in costume. They were with their wigs. They had high heels on. And they went and took these 2 guys and just thrashed them.
I don't know if you've ever done this, but it's being introduced to several drag queens during a lot of AIDS fundraisers and foundation fundraisers. These are traditionally actually really big guys. I mean, broad shoulders and rather magnificent and statuesque, but it's like, yeah, they could take you.
Can you imagine the look on his face when he looked up?
And there's his 3 heroes in wigs and high heels.
And the guy that was beating him up, he was like, what? What? And you know what's nice is the guy they saved did a fundraiser and raised $1,000 because they had wig damage and their heels broke.
Oh, man, that's severe.
So
he replaced the wigs and the heels.
Just seeing some guy in the high gloves like this.
Do you know how
and this and all this, and then just going like this.
That is so awesome. But you know how expensive it is to find size 13 stilettos.
Tell me about it.
I know, right?
Hello.
So they needed that. Good for them. All right, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. You can go to fink-mcgregor.com, and in 4 minutes, you'll find out whether you can get a mortgage. Mortgages made simple. Executive transportation. These beautiful fleet of Escalades can take you anywhere from the airport to a fabulous night out simply by booking your ride at executiveutah.com. And Black Diamond Experts. That's electric, plumbing, heating, and air. You'll be glad you called an expert. BlackDiamondExpert.com. Daisy, what's going on around the world today?
Hello again, everyone. Here's a look at national and world headlines today, Monday, August 21st on GephartDaily.com. A U.S. Navy warship carrying guided missiles has collided with an oil tanker off the coast of Singapore. 10 sailors aboard the USS John McCain are missing and 5 more are reported injured. Search and rescue efforts are underway while the damaged ship heads back to port. This is the second time in 2 months a U.S. warship has collided with another ship in the Pacific Ocean. In June, the USS Fitzgerald collided with a container ship near Japan, killing 7 U.S. sailors. Donald Trump will be addressing the nation Monday night when he's expected to announce his vision for fighting the war in Afghanistan. Trump advisors say he has been poring over a new Afghan plan for a considerable amount of time and that his strategy will chart a new path going forward. The speech is scheduled for 7 p.m. Utah time. You can watch it live direct from the White House on GephartDaily.com. A new poll on North Korea finds 59% of Americans wish Donald Trump would stop threatening military action against the communist country, while 33% are in favor of it. The CBS poll results come as the US and South Korea prepare for a massive joint military exercise this week, which is already prompting threats of a nuclear attack by the North Korean regime. While most Americans surveyed said they wanted Trump to stop making threats, 58% said they'd back military action if U.S. diplomacy fails. And if you missed out on getting a shot at the record Powerball jackpot Saturday night, you're still in luck. Nobody picked the winning numbers last weekend, so the jackpot total will stand in the ballpark of $620 million. The next Powerball drawing is Wednesday night. And that's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. And Todd and Erin, back to you.
Do you realize that with the Powerball still going strong?
We could go to there, see
That's
the
another
Eclipse.
trip to Evanston.
And the Eclipse. And everyone knows.
Yeah, we'd have to drive up to Casper, Wyoming to actually see that.
If you actually buy tickets during the Eclipse, it means nothing.
I was going to go with
Nothing.
whatever you wanted to
Right.
fake there, but...
All right, so wait.
First of all, Black Diamond Experts.
Oh, yeah, go
now,
ahead.
this is electric, plumbing, heating, and air, which, as you can imagine, basically comprises, your house. So when things go wrong there and something's happening, you want someone to come and help you. Well, here's the nice thing. At Black Diamond Experts, all of their guys are licensed, bonded, and insured. So the person who shows up at your house is someone you feel comfortable letting in your house, with your family and this is an issue for me. I wonder about that. I want to know that they're safe and that I'm letting someone good into my house. So once they're in there and they'll start wading through the knee-deep sewage or whatever's happening in your basement, please God, that's not it. Or maybe they need to fix the electrical because like light bulbs exploded. They're in there. They'll give you a bid. They'll take care of it. And what you'll pay is exactly what the bid was. There's no messing around with you. There's no special charges. These are guys who are really straightforward. It's like, this is what it is. I'll take care of it. You don't have to worry about it again. And that's a really nice thing to have. You don't have to doubt it. You don't have to question it. It is what it is. They'll just take care of it. That's why they are experts, the Black Diamond Experts, electric, plumbing, heating, and air. You can go to blackdiamondexpert.com and you can get all the information there about anything you need.
Today is filled with a lot of emotion. Let's go down the list. Eclipse. Number 2, some kids are going to school. Ours is going to first grade for the first time.
Yeah,
It's
first
a
day
big
of school
deal.
for a lot of people.
Other mothers are like, oh, my kids are grown up. They're in 6th grade already, or they're in junior high, and they're going to school and have grown up. And then there's the other moms who are drinking Chardonnay right now because they're back in school. And they get back, their lives get back into rhythm and stuff like that, as opposed to, Mom, what are we going to do? I'm bored. Get off the Xbox. You know, you. Yeah. They fighting. So to those women out there and men drinking Chardonnay this morning, we understand.
We wish we were too, but we're happy for
And
you.
it's first grade is a big mark for us, but I know as your kids grow up, it's like there they go out the door, and
We
you're
had
like,
to have that talk about, she's like, I'll be in school all day. And I'm
Right.
like, well, you're in extended kindergarten. It's really the same thing. But yeah, and it's an issue for her. It's like,
Right.
it's all day.
right.
And she was like, I won't see you all day. And I said, no, honey, we'll still be there and we'll have mom and daughter dates. And it'll, but
Right.
it's an issue. It's like all day now. It's like
Right.
she's being deprived specifically.
There's another way to say that, which is all day. All right. So
All right.
anyway, first of all, I'd like to thank Patrick, our boss, for letting us ditch out
Thanks,
here.
Patrick.
Letting us ditch out early so we can take her to school, and that's really important. And we thank you very much, and for the whole crew here putting up with her. So we should end with our version of the Eclipse, shall we?
It's all going to heck.
See you guys. We gotta go.
I had no idea this would be true.
Really? I mean, everyone like warned us, but no, we thought this is going to be great.
We thought they were kidding. We thought they were like running out of water, right?
Yeah, oh, please, come on and gas.
And we ran out of water,
Yeah, that was the problem. Then we ran out of gas.
right? Right?
That was, and then the food.
And then
part.
the food went, and then
part was
people
the problem.
started going crazy.
Yeah.
It started off like a Jimmy Buffett concert.
I know.
Everyone
all the
is.
dancing and singing.
It was happy and stuff, and then that whole Mad Max.
Yeah, it wasn't anywhere as much fun, even as Mad Max.
Seriously. So we're hunkered down in the basement trying to, keep ourselves safe. And
Because who knew that old people could be so stabby?
right? They really are, but it's okay because we're kind of prepared. We have our supplies, which is sesame chili oil right there, and of course,
Really?
yeah, the nutmeg.
I put you in charge of the food, and we have
You got
chili oil and nutmeg.
Hey! I wasn't the one who let the old people take our food, okay?
Look, I was busy. I was getting lottery tickets. All right. They've got a drawing tomorrow.
The end of the world is really.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I know.
All right, so all we have to do is to hang out here. The eclipse is in what, like 5 hours?
Yeah.
5 hours from now, and then we'll be.
And then everything will go back to normal. I'm sure of it.
We'll get back to Salt Lake, and everything will be great.
Oh, but first is you understand? We have to do
What?
the whole Druid love ceremony, the fertility rites. Yeah, you can't go back to Salt Lake without doing the love ceremony. The Druids are very specific on this, and the scribes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We can do that. Druids.
You don't seem anywhere as frightened anymore.
No, bring on those old people. I will take their canes away from them. I will take their food. All right. Oh, shh, someone's coming. Shh, someone's coming.